The Donald may be out, but there's one man who will be back on the primetime debate stage tomorrow night, despite his decision to boycott the Fox Business Network's undercard debate just a few weeks ago. Joining me now, Kentucky Republican and presidential candidate, Senator Rand Paul. Senator, good to see you tonight. So you're back on the main stage, and what is the goal? What would you like to accomplish tomorrow night?
Well, you know, we want to point out that my candidacy is unique, that I'm the only fiscal conservative. And what I mean by that is that I don't think if you aren't willing to look at spending across the board, military spending as well as domestic spending, I don't think you'll ever balance the budget. And the interesting thing in Washington is some of the loudest voices for increasing spending up here are actually coming from the right. But in order to increase military spending, they have to give the Democrats what they want, which is increasing domestic spending. So everything goes up and the taxpayer gets stuck with the bill.
Now, let me ask you this. It's you know, the stakes are high, and you're back in the primetime debate because your poll numbers are rising somewhat. Is there something that you do before the debate to get yourself ready? Is there some sort of ritual you go through or some sort of, you know, research you read? What do you do?
You know, well, every day we're warming up with questions from, you know, hundreds of different people. But I think also for me, I kind of like to exercise for about an hour almost every day. And I think that helps to clear the mind and make me feel better about the day. Nobody
murder boards you, as they say? You know, like they just sit you down, they just kill you with the worst questions possible?
Yeah, we have done some of that as well. We do, and we try to prepare for everything. And I think the thing in a big debate is really trying to find a way to insert your ideas into the midst of the debate.
That's right. And obviously tomorrow night we're going to be one man short because as of now, Donald Trump says he's not going. What effect do you think that will have?
Well, to me, it's sort of a 2-4. I feel like I've got a double win. I'm in the main debate, and I don't have to put up with Donald Trump. You know, I really don't think he's added much of substance. I don't think he's really a conservative. I think that someone who's been a supporter of the Clintons, a supporter of Harry Reid, somebody who's been for a single-payer system, somebody who was for the bailout of the big banks, I don't think anything about that is conservative. So I'm really kind of shocked that he does have significant numbers in the polling, and I wonder if it's really going to be accurate, because I don't meet any conservatives who think that eminent domain ought to be used to take property, the government to take property from small private property owners and give them to Trump's casinos. I don't find any conservatives who really believe that.
I have two questions for you about a fellow candidate. I'm just wondering what you think. You're a senator. Ted Cruz is a senator. One of the attacks we've been seeing on him is he's not likable, that nobody in the U.S. Senate likes him. You're in the U.S. Senate. Do you like him? And the second question is, do you think this Canadian thing is an issue at all?
I think the biggest problem that Cruz faces right now is authenticity. You know, he said he was for the NSA reform, saying the government shouldn't collect all of our phone records. But then in the debate, his response to Rubio was, oh, no, he voted for the reform to allow the government to collect 100% of our cell phone records. So I think people who like my candidacy are wondering, if they're trying to choose between Paul and Cruz, they're wondering about his authenticity. I think the same on immigration. He's gone back and forth, and he says the whole world is against or is for amnesty, and he's the only pure-blooded person that was against amnesty. The problem is that when he was up here debating, he actually was for legalization, and now he's sort of trying to have it both ways. I think the authenticity part is going to be his difficulty and maybe his undoing.
Doesn't sound like you're going to be having drinks anytime soon. I am gleaning that is clear. But before I let you go, do you think that other thing is an issue for him?
The Canadian citizenship, it would be extraordinary to have someone born in Canada as a nominee or as a president. Never has happened before, so it would be extraordinary. It's never been litigated at the Supreme Court level, and I think ultimately the Democrats will force it all the way up to the Supreme Court.
Senator Rand Paul, great to see you. We'll see you right here tomorrow night.
Thanks, Megan.